Moose. Come on, guys, do it. Moose.
Moose.
Moose. Everyone's really jumping on the Moose train. Let's talk about how we kicked off Impact and what we are building to, which I'm really excited about, is the final release in Part 2.
Yay.
Which is the Decay and the Hardy Boys, which is, good God Almighty, that's great. So we kicked off the show, and Broken Matt Hardy's seen with Brother Nero, and he's like, "Hey, I am really worried about what's going on, but I gotta go beat up Crazy Steve, Local Steve, actually. He calls him Local Steve, and so we were told that Rebby, Senor Benjamin, King Maxwell, and Vanguard 1 would all be chilling at the house while Brother Nero and Broken Matt Hardy go and beat up Crazy Steve. That's not till later in the show, but we get a lot of vignettes, which is great. I love when TNA does these vignettes. Big matches for TNA. X Division title match. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. It was weird. It was like a gauntlet match, and I kind of figured DJZ would win because of the build that they've been giving him and the fact that he was like the first guy out there. So I think it was kind of obvious, so that's why I would be a little sad about that. We didn't really have a surprise for that.
It's just a thing, like, it's like what I was explaining to you. For some reason, TNA does this occasionally where they have a giant X Division. They have like 8 guys deep, 9 guys deep in the X Division.
Yeah.
They focus it all on one person.
Mm-hmm.
And that person has been DJZ.
Mm-hmm. I think this would have been a perfect time to put the title back on, like, Spud, or even, like, give it to someone new, like Mark Andrews. I think Sutter's way too green to put the title on him, just like with Andrew Everett. But I could see definitely.
Yeah, those two are still
Kimberly.
learning the TNA style, because TNA is not quite an indie style like all those other companies that those two have worked for. It's not really, it's more of a WWE style than most of these other companies.
And it's very interesting to see how safe Braxton Sutter was trying to work with Spud.
Oh, he was so cautious. It was crazy.
Yeah, you could really tell he was like, I don't want to hurt this guy. Especially after last time they went at it. But, yep, new X Division champ, DJZ. Thumbs up there, even though it's obvious, so a bit of thumbs down at the same time. But it was pretty good. It was a great match. Phenomenal match. I actually really enjoyed that match in particular. So, yeah, I can't really say too much about that. Mike Bennett is going to be taking on Lashley in the main event for the title. Moose was called out during a segment. Lashley came out, and then Moose was like, I'm going to be the deciding factor, and it was like, you thought I was going to be the referee? Haha, no, he's not. We'll get to that. That segment really didn't matter too much. That was the following segment after.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of a hype thing.
Yeah, but let's talk about
Do we get to talk about it yet?
I guess, yeah, we'll talk about this now, and then we'll go into the other stuff. So, Final Deletion Part 2 might be happening because Rosemary, after Broken Matt Hardy beat Crazy Steve was like, Rosemary is inside your house, and freaking King Maxwell is Rosemary's baby, and then they start flipping out, and they like run away and try to like go to the mansion, but it's too late because Rosemary's in there, and she's like,
they FaceTime.
Yeah, they FaceTime, actually. Broken Matt Hardy FaceTimes Rebby Sky, which she doesn't pick up, of course.
And then he FaceTimes Maxwell, which apparently Maxwell has a phone to FaceTime.
No, he FaceTimes Vanguard 1.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't FaceTime.
That makes even more sense.
Yeah. Also, I really love the Nacho Libre King Maxwell poster at their house. It was great. For some reason, Rebby Sky had a like sword. I was like,
we saw Senor Benjamin a lot.
Yes, he was carrying King Maxwell. I thought they were actually gonna steal King Maxwell, but they didn't. A lot of crazy Rosemary stuff, a lot of mind games, throwing like a doll baby at Rebby Sky. Just a whole lot of craziness going on, and then at the end, Rebby Sky is like prepare the
looks at
battlefield.
Sailor Benjamin and says, "Prepare the battlefield."
Yes. Oh my gosh. So that confirms Final Deletion Part 2 with the Decay and Hardy Boys, and I guess Ruby Scott.
I just want to thank TNA right now. I just want to thank TNA for weeks, even for weeks back then. We were always saying straight up, these were the 2 top programs going on in TNA.
Yes, the Decay,
And
greatest
the
thing
whole
ever.
broken Matt versus Brother Nero.
Yes.
Those were the 2 things that have carried this company basically through this last few months.
Yep. So thanks.
And now they're
Billy
putting them all
Corgan.
together. So this is gonna be the greatest storyline ever.
Yep. So thanks, Billy Corgan, since you're running the show now. It looks like.
Yeah. Congratulations, Billy. By the way.
Yep.
We're just gonna throw that one out there too.
Yep. We got some Billy Corgan during the show because Drew Galloway comes out and he's like, "I'm angry. I'm gonna beat you up, Aaron Rex." And then Billy Corgan's like, "I bet you will." And then Aaron Rex comes out and they fight for a bit, and that's about it. That was, if anything, it didn't really advance the story too much. It was kind of just a filler beat 'em up segment. But I mean, it'll be a good match when they actually fight and wrestle. So it was pretty cool. All right. So we praised TNA. Now we got to get to like something bad. Eli Drake was snubbed this week against EC3. I mean, someone's got to go against EC3 because EC3 is getting that good push to main event Bound for Glory. So I mean, sorry, Eli Drake.
Yeah, Eli Drake, sorry. You're still one of the top people in the company, but unfortunately, you had to take the L this week.
Yep. That's what happens when James Storm leaves the company.
Yeah, you need somebody to take the L, and when you lose somebody like Storm, that's a complete person that like he wouldn't he didn't lose much from taking losses.
Yeah, I was always trying to figure out like who's gonna take the L now, and
they need to go get a veteran. They need to go find a veteran that's not doing anything and just sign him up to lose a few times.
Yeah, I really feel sorry for Eli Drake. I don't think he should be snubbed. Because I think he should still be King of the Mountain champion at this point. But that's just me, even though we don't have a King of the Mountain championship. Now it's just the X Division, the world title, tag team, and the knockouts.
Yeah, that was stupid. That's another stupid idea, but that's for another video.
Just eradicating the King of the Mountain title. But let's get to the knockout stuff. Man, people in our Skype call were flipping out when Allie came out and she's like ready to celebrate. Cena goes up and like gets ready to kill her, and then Maria's like, "Go back, enjoy your night." And Maria's like, "Sit down. Like, this is not your celebration. This is my celebration. Sit down on the ground." And Allie sits down on the ground, and Maria pins her. 1, 2, 3. And Maria Kanellis Bennett is your Knockouts champion. Okay. I think this will be good for getting Allie to wrestle, but at the same time, it's like Sienna is in there.
You didn't need to put more heat. The thing is, like, this is a build heat move, and you didn't need a build heat because everyone booed the hell out of Maria Kanellis Bennett anyway.
Yeah. Sienna, I don't know how that would tie in. But let's get to our main event. I think Mike Bennett should have won the title, for the simple fact that it's tricky because Moose definitely needed to align with Bobby Lashley, but at the same time, Mike Bennett should have got the title because Maria got the title, and that just made sense.
Well, and the fact that now
EC3
still has that shot at Bound for Glory.
Exactly.
So that would have tied into all that stuff too as well.
So I don't know. Maybe this is like, I don't know. Maybe Lashley dropping the title Bound for Glory to EC3 will be more rewarding, but I don't know. It's very awkward. Because Lashley was a face this week, and then going into that match, he'll be a heel. So yeah, there's that. There's definitely that. Moose in the end didn't help Mike Bennett win, and he straight up, punched him at the end.
He hit him with the game plan, the game changer or whatever it is.
And Moose for everybody. So TNA pretty decent this week. My only complaints was X Division was too obvious. Lashley retaining was a bit of a surprise, but at the same time was obvious because it's like you didn't think Lashley would really drop it, did you? But it should have happened because of how Maria got the title also. So I think we should have had that. Decay.
There was a lot of the thing is there was a lot more segment than matches.
Yeah, there was a lot of good storytelling going on.
There was so much storytelling. It literally feels like we watched more than just 2 hours.
The wrestling was good though. Like I'll give it that. The wrestling was good. So.
Well, yeah, it was all good wrestling, but we really only had like maybe 4 matches.
Yeah. Going forward with TNA, Mike Bennett and Moose. I really don't want to see that, to be honest. But
it'll be It looks like Galloway and Rex.
Yeah, that would be good. EC3 and Lashley. That will be good if EC3 wins the title.
Decay and Hardy's is going to be insanely good.
That would be phenomenal. It looks like DJZ. I don't know what they're going to do with him. If this is just one.
I feel like the X Division's all a big cluster.
I think. Oh, and from what we've seen from Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett fighting over who's going to become X Division champion, and that's how DJZ.
I think that could. Well, and we haven't seen Helms in a while.
Yeah, so we might see the Helms dynasty fall apart at this point. So there's that. I want to know though, what are they gonna do with Maria? Because clearly she's not wrestling. Like, are they gonna bring back Maria to fight Gail Kim, or is this gonna be like Maria's gonna get to fight Allie? Like, what's gonna happen? That's what I want to know. So
exactly, Gail. It might lead to Gail Kim just for the simple fact that she's been the one that was holding Gail Kim down. Because I don't see her going up against Allie for the simple fact that you shouldn't put Allie against someone who's not a traditional every week wrestler.
Yeah, especially because both of them aren't traditional every week wrestlers.
Yeah, so. Well, Cherry Bomb's more likely because she did Allie because she did a lot on the indie scene.
But the way they've been pushing her character as Allie is like, okay, like never gonna wrestle.
Well, like I'm just saying, in general, like Maria, the last time that she was legitimately in the ring every week was years and years ago.
Nowadays she's kind of like the big talker.
Like literally, since she left WWE, she's been a talker manager.
Yeah.
So I'd be afraid what would happen.
Let's give it our review, I guess. Miguel.
Yeah.
How many title wins would you give it?
I'd give it a 8 out of 10.
Mullins, how many dummy getting snubbed tonight would you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
9. I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon too. I'm gonna give it a solid 9 moose train trips, because I think current TNA really doing good in the direction of things. They're making do with what they got. I really like that.
Well, and what I like is ever since the whole brand split started, TNA is keeping on pace with whatever happens to be the better show. Because I feel like we always get, as it pertains to WWE, we always get that one show that gets like a 9 or a 10 or close to it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're keeping pace with that top show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good for TNA.
Mm-hmm. I love especially like the one thing that they do that WWE never does is the outside of the ring stuff. They don't do that anymore. So I really like that. So, I mean, the only thing that would make me really happy with TNA and like be over eccentric with them is if they had a network. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, if TNA had a network,
yeah,
I'd honestly probably cancel. I wouldn't cancel WWE Network, but I'd cancel probably Netflix.
Yeah, I would cancel my Netflix just for the TNA Network. So, yeah, but there's that. TNA was really good this week. We had a lot more segments than matches, so we can't really give a full analysis of the wrestling. But the wrestling was great for X Division. Main event, pretty good. I liked Lashley in the ring tonight. Lashley was phenomenal in the ring tonight. Eli Drake versus EC3. A little sad. Not just how it ended, but like in the ring, I think there's a lot more those two could really do, especially because they were kind of constrained on time. Steve and Hardy was phenomenal. How they were just biting each other, just all over the place. I think what was it? What did one of the announcers said something about like the bite? I forget, but yep, we will see.
What was it? Taste of Strength.
Taste of Strength.
Because they were doing the test of strength, and then they started biting each other's biceps.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. But I'm really hyped. Final Deletion Part 2 coming up in the next few weeks, or maybe next week. I don't know. But till next time.